Hey friends! So, I'm going to talk to you about Scentsy Club today. Scentsy Club is a really big part of my business, and I want to make sure, since we have so many new faces that have joined over the last few months, with us going into our new season soon, with us having Bring Back My Bars coming out, I want to make sure that you guys understand Scentsy Club, because Scentsy Club is where it's at. That is the bread and butter of my business. That is what I focus on each and every month. You guys should be doing it too if you want to thrive. My whole motto, and you're going to hear this from a lot of leaders, is work smarter, not harder. And this is exactly what you need to be doing to work smarter, not harder, because this is reoccurring PRV that you're going to be getting every single month without having to push to get orders. So right now, I roughly have about 30 clubbers right now, and my number keeps dropping dramatically because I'll be completely honest. This is where I have learned to recruit. I have already earned annual mentor for the year. I earned it really halfway through the year, and it's because of the Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club is the center of my business. That's where I go to turn when I need to sponsor someone new, because these guys are your true VIP. These guys already love Scentsy enough to where, why not recruit them? They obviously love it. They have a club. So that's where I focus. But I'm going to get into all that, and I'm going to start from the beginning. What is Scentsy Club? Scentsy Club is a program that Scentsy started a couple years ago. It is absolutely fantastic. If you have not set one up for yourself, you really need to, because it's hard to sell something to someone if you're not using it yourself. This way, if you have your own Scentsy Club, you're going to be able to talk about your personal experience. You're going to be able to show them when your shipment comes in. You're going to be able to put it in your storage. You're going to be able to make reels about it. You're going to be able to show them that you have Lucky and Love, even though if they go to your PWS right now, you cannot order it. But yet you have this come to your house every month or every other month because you have it in your club. Scentsy promises to always have your bar. If you have a favorite scent that's getting ready to retire, as long as you have it in your club, Scentsy promises to always make it forever and always for you. Regardless if it's retired, regardless if it, I have some really old bars that are in my club right now. And as I have them, as they come back, if there's an LTO or something that comes back and I absolutely love it and I feel like I can't live without it, I add it to my club. The club is where it's at. This is how I get customers attracted to the Scentsy Club. Max, no. So, always get my bar. That is how you are going to get your customers to sign up. You are going to be paying attention to their favorite smells. I have some that absolutely love Christmas Cottage. You know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be reaching out to them and I'm going to be saying, hey, it's getting ready to go because we're going into our summer months and you need to set up a club. If you have someone who loves pine smells and they really use pine smells all year long, like my father-in-law, he loves that smell. I put it in my club for him because you never know. Even though it's an OG scent, you don't know if it's going to be one that's going to return next catalog. And they're going to be super sad come winter, and if it doesn't show up, maybe it'll be replaced by Mighty Pine. Who knows? But you need to make sure that people are adding it to their club, because they can always delete it later. If it does come back in the fall, fine, they can delete it for those 6 months during that catalog and they can add something else to it. But you need to make sure that people are adding it. Polar Bear Hugs, that's another one. That is another customer favorite. Make sure they add it to their club. Tell them that it's getting ready to go away January 31st. Add it to their club. They can have it come every month. You set it up how often you want it. Every month, every 2 months, or every third month. If it's one that they're not going to be using it too much, but they know they love it for the fall and winter, have them do it every 3 months. They're only going to get that bar 3 times during the summer. That way, if it doesn't return, not only do they already have their bar, then they'll always still have it because it's going to keep going. They're going to have it. So make sure you're paying attention to your customers' favorites, okay? Make sure you're paying attention to anything else that they order regularly. I have a customer who orders room sprays or counter cleaners faithfully Every month, she's always ordering something. I told her about the club. I told her that that's a good way that you can get consultant-like perks without being a consultant, because she does not want to join right now. Right now. I say right now because she is on my dream team list. Make sure you're offering her the opportunity to get 10% off, because if you have $30 or more, you will be earning 10% off of your order. So I have some customers, they don't even have wax in their club. They want the discount. And they want it to come right to their door. They don't want to have to worry about getting with me and meeting up and having it shipped and forgetting to get a hold of me. They like the fact that it'll come right to their door without the hassle of forgetting and running out. So I have a customer who puts a bunch of counter cleaners and bathroom cleaners in our club to get the 10% off. Make sure you are letting your customers know that the club is free. There are so many people that I have found out over the last year or so that they never joined because they thought there was a catch. They thought there was fees. There is absolutely no fees. You need to make sure that you're telling your customers there's no cancellations fees, there's no edit fees, there's no join fees, there is no nothing. At any time, they can cancel their club. If they decide that they don't want to have the club anymore, that's fine. Make sure you're also telling them that they can skip. It's Christmas time. I had a whole bunch of people skip their club this month because of Christmas time and funds are short. That is okay. They can skip. Now, if it is a retired bar, like say they had Lucky and Love in there and they skipped it, you can only skip it once within 12 months. If you skip it a second time, it will delete from their club, so that will happen. But you are allowed one skip for the physical year. Let's see. The one thing, I already kind of mentioned this, you can set your club up to come out however you want it. You are in control. Your customers are in control. They can set it up to come every month, every 2 months, or every third month, whatever is convenient to them. So mine comes out monthly. But if I start adding any more to bring back my bars, I'm probably going to set up a second one, because my my account is pretty hefty and I don't need all the bars. So I can have multiple if I want. I can have it come out every 2 months or every third month if I want it to. But I want to make sure that you guys know, make sure you're telling your customers no fees and they can cancel at any time. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? I already touched on this a little bit too. $30 or more, you will get 10% off. Or $60 or more, you will not only get your 10% off, you're going to get a half price item. Guys, this is how I make my club look desirable. Not that I'm glorifying it, but it really is but this is my pitch that I tell my customers, is that you get customer-like perks you get consultant-like perks without having to join. This is how I try to hook them, okay? Because it's true. You get 10% off. You do get 60% off. And here's the best part. You can use that half price item on a whiff box. They could get it for $15. And there's already over $30 worth of products in that box. That's what most of my people do, is that they get their whiff box for $15. That's what I do. Also, bricks. You get exclusive bricks. If you go in there, I'm telling you, if you have not taken the time to go through and look at the Scentsy Club, you need to make sure you do it when you are done watching this. We have blueberry cheesecake you can get in a brick. I mean, this is a great savings already, and you're being able to get it in your OG, in the original type scents that everybody loves. Squeeze the Day. You can get skinny dipping in a brick. Plus, you can use your half price item to get it for $12. $12 for a brick, almost $30 worth of wax for $12. So make sure that you understand the club. Let's see. I already talked about how you don't even have to always get your bar. You can put regular products in there. The one thing I will say though is if they have a room spray in their club, or if they have counter cleaner in their club, if it does retire, those will come out. They are not guaranteed. The only thing that is guaranteed to always get, even when it retires, is the wax. Scentsy promises to make them and pour them for you special forever and always, as long as it's in your club. If you delete it, You cannot put it back. I've accidentally deleted some, so you need to be careful when you're editing. One thing that I also like to make sure that I tell my customers, because this is how I am too, I don't like whenever I have bills and payments and things like that come out of my account automatically. They're like, oh no, I don't want to get involved in that. I don't want to overdraft, blah, blah, blah. You need to make sure your customers know that Scentsy is different. There's nothing scary about the automatic payments that come out with your Scentsy Club. Because let me tell you, 10 days before it locks in place, Scentsy's gonna send you an email and tell you, you have time, you have 10 days, or you have a couple of days. I forget what the email actually says, but they're gonna tell you your club is going to lock soon. So if you want to make any changes, if you want to delete, add, do anything, they're giving you a heads up that in 10 days, it's going to lock and process and then move to shipping. So there's never any surprises, because I'm going to tell you, I am the first one to forget about something and then something comes out and I'm like, oh crap. No, there's no surprises with Scentsy Club at all. There's no surprises. You will get an email saying, hey, letting you know we're getting ready to prepare your Scentsy Club and you need to make some changes. And that's your chance to get on there, add oh, well, I have too many Johnny Appleseed cleaners. Let me add it to a different one. Or I wanted to add a couple more bars, or I wanted to get that brick this time. You have a chance to go in there and make changes before they lock it into place and they go to ship it. So make sure you tell your customers about that, because you need to be making them feel comfortable about clubbing with you. Make them feel comfortable. Let them know that there's nothing scary about it. All right, so I have notes here. I want to make sure I touch on everything. So always get my bar. Pay attention to your customers' favorites. I'm telling you, that's probably hands down the most important thing. You wouldn't believe the people who are even consultants now, and even if it's something's coming out, I'm like, girl, I know you're gonna like this. It's someone who's maybe just a hobbyist and she's not on top of all the news and stuff. I'll be like, you're gonna like this scent. And they're like, what do? Write all this stuff down? No, I just remember, and I try to pay attention to what people's favorites are, because that's what makes you stick out from other consultants, because you're going to show them that you care and that you are paying attention to their likes and their needs. I know if someone loves perfect pomegranate. I know if someone's most favorite is blueberry cheesecake. And if there's something else that comes out later on, I can be like, girl, you're going to like this. They love that about me. And so make sure you are even if you have to write it down. Cindy likes blueberry cheesecake. So then if something else comes out that's very similar, you can reach out to her and be like, girl, you're going to like this bar. And they're going to trust you, because you're going to tell them the truth. You're going to tell them that that's what it smells like. And they're going to be like, yeah. So that is one thing that I'm known for, is being able to remember things about my customers. If I have one, she's a consultant now, I recruited her. She loves white. She loves the very, just the look of just clean and everything. And that's one thing I always remember about her. And every time a white warmer comes out, I'm like, girl, you're gonna like this. I know you're gonna like this. And she does. And that's just one thing that I do. I do that with all of my customers. And she's like, she likes that about me, even though she's a consultant now. But anyways, so brick exclusives, you can use it for other products that isn't wax. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you, I took some notes, is that Scentsy Club has become my recruiting pool. I've already earned annual mentor. And it's because of the Scentsy Club. I'm going to be completely honest. It's because of the Scentsy Club. I am very intentional when it comes to the club. Whenever I'm looking for a new face, or whenever I want to start recruiting heavily, well, I'm always wanting to recruit heavily, but I turn to my Scentsy Clubbers, because these people are the ones who obviously love Scentsy enough to club with you. Then they really need to just join to at least make money off of themselves. So what I personally do is, when I notice that their clubs start getting up to about $100, that is halfway to being active. Halfway to being active. Why not join? Why not join? You mean to tell me they're not going to be able to sell about $100 more to get active every couple months? That is how I tell them. Okay, so for example, one of them just hit certified. I told her she has no desire, this customer of mine, she had no desire to do what I'm doing. And that is okay. That is okay. But it is selfish of me to continue taking her money when she is spending so much. She already clubs with me. She's already spending $100 every month. She bought Christmas presents. So why not tell her to join and make money off of herself? I told her, you're going to make commissions off of yourself, and you're going to be able to use that commissions and then buy more Scentsy. It's really silly for me to just be taking your money when you could be getting money yourself. So that is how I approach people about it. When I notice that their club's about $100, and this is the time that I start saying, hey, we really need to talk about this joining business. You don't have to do what I do, because people think right away that I expect them to go in hard like I am doing and sell it. They don't have to. I have some customers that are truly, their club comes out $100 a month or every other month, and before long, they're going to earn certified consultant. They're going to earn it. And if they love Scentsy and I'm sharing and doing things with them, and they're learning about other products, or they're buying new summer smells and they're buying Christmas smells or whatever season it is, they will spend even more money. They will get active. These people were getting active. This is how I am recruiting. I am looking to these people, and a lot of them end up being like, wow, this is fun. I never thought I could sell, because maybe they'll make a post about it and they're like, hey, I got a link. And they end up selling to some of their best friends and family, and they're selling the stuff. And they end up liking it. Some of them are some of my best teammates under me. So Scentsy Club is where it's at. You really need to learn the Scentsy Club. Now that we're going into January, a lot of things are going to be happening fast. We have Bring Back My Bars. We're going to be having retired scents happening. We need to be opening our mouth, and we need to be making sure that our customers know about the club, because there's nothing worse than it retiring and then finding out later that they could have added it to the club and knowing that you did not tell them. I'm going to tell you a little story. I have someone who I was talking about the club in front of, and this is just somebody that's not a consultant, it's not even one of my customers, because I knew that she bought from somebody else. But she's like, wait a minute, a club? I didn't know about this club. And I'm not going to mention any names, but she's like, well, my person didn't tell me about this club. And she seemed kind of concerned about it. She's like, well, I don't want to be missing out on these sales. I don't want to be, and she was meaning the 10% off and the half price item. And she had some favorites that she would add it to the club. But she didn't learn from her consultant. Her consultant didn't inform her. Make sure you're opening your mouth and letting them know, because all that did was put in her head with her current consultant, because her consultant did not inform her that she could be getting discounts, or that she could be getting her favorite bars all the time if she wanted to. Let's see. One thing, whenever you start recruiting from your Scentsy Club, you will. If you're consistent, you are growing your club, you're having them add more and more and more to their club, you will get new teammates from this. I promise you, you will. Whenever, this is something new that Scentsy started, whenever they do join, when they sign into their club, Scentsy has a way of knowing it automatically. Their club will transfer over to the new consultant. We don't even have to call anymore. We used to have to call Scentsy and say, hey, so-and-so joined. I need to get their club transferred over to them. We don't have to do that anymore. It will transfer automatically. I mean, you can call to make sure, but just so you guys know, it will transfer automatically. And that's really been a blessing, because I was having to call all the time to transfer. Because I'm telling you, if I didn't sponsor anybody from my club, I would have so many clubs. But I just keep trucking along. I keep opening my mouth. I keep recruiting. I keep getting people to sign up for the club. because I'm recruiting them at the same time, transferring them and giving them away. So I have to continuously be working on this, or I would have no clubs. So don't think that once you get a club and you get 10 people that that's enough because it comes out to $1,000 for the month. No, because you are going to be focusing on recruiting those people, those 10 people. So you need to constantly be working on growing your club for whenever you start giving them away. Let's see. Another thing that I do, and this is something that I make sure that all of my customers know, I put it in my stories, I talk about on my VIP, is I do club boxes. I do thank you boxes. Every single time a club processes, I will make up a box, and usually I focus it all on LTOs. If some Disney ones came out, I always order a couple extra. I make samples of them. I put them in their boxes. Any type of seasonal, any type of LTO, I'm always intentional. I'm never putting Luna in there. I'm never putting blueberry cheesecake because those are scents that we always have. I focus and I'm very intentional with what I'm putting in these boxes. I put in cotton cleanups, things for them to try. I put in, I might put in some counter cleaner samples or something that's new, but I'm always intentional about the wax samples I put in there, and they're always LTOs or they're always seasonal, because I want them to sniff something and fall in love with it so much that they have to add it to their club. They're already clubbing with me. I want to make sure and help them on making it a bigger club. And once it gets to $100, then I'm having that conversation with them about joining. So it's a win-win. These boxes, I'll put treats in them. This month, what I did is I just so happened, because I have been clubbing for a while, I had 6 of the Bring Back My Bars already in my club. So what I did is I took all 6 of them, I made samples, I've already had them shipped out to them, and I'm letting them know that they are getting them in their hands before anybody else, even consultants. And if they like any of them, they come out January 1st and they can add it to their club so they can have it forever and always. So I've already sent those out. I was very intentional on my club this month. I got them in the mail. Sometimes I'll put extra dollar store stuff in there, some little trinkets, things for them to feel appreciated. I want them to know how much I care about them and how much I appreciate their business with me and for choosing me. Because when you get a clubber, it's so easy to forget about them. Oh, I didn't have to work for that order, and I'm not sending them a thank you. I'm not sending them anything. No, absolutely not. You need to be making sure you are thanking and treating these as your true VIP, because they're clubbing with you. They chose you to club with. So you need to make sure that you are doing something. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It could be a scent circle. It can be a thank you card. But you need to make sure that they are remembered, okay? That's about it in a nutshell when it comes to the club. The club is such an important part of my business. I am constantly looking at how I can grow my club, because I am constantly working on how I can sponsor from my club. I'm going to be completely honest. That is my main goal in my business. I have about 30 right now. I usually have over $1,000 worth of orders that come just from my club. And you can do it too, but you're not going to get people to sign up if they don't truly understand. One thing that I did learn, I do scent bags and I do mystery bags. I do different things throughout the month, and I was always putting paperwork in there and flyers and things like that and talking about the club. And one day I realized when I was doing a live, one of my customers who got one of those bags every single month for the past year was like, well, why didn't I know about this club? Because I decided to talk about it in one of my lives on my VIP. And I'm thinking, girl, I have told you, I have given you the literature on the club. And she must have just taken the paper out and tossed it and not even read it. So the point that I'm getting at is your customers respond differently to paperwork or lives or stories. I promise you, if you're doing all the things, they will pay attention to one of them. And that's what I learned from my customers, is that not everybody responds to literature. Not everybody responds to stories. They click, 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 but they rather read. So make sure you're doing all the things to let them know about the club. Any of these seasonal scents that you have, I have made labels that said this is a seasonal scent. Make sure you toss it in your club by January 31st. So that way you can continue getting it after it retires. Every single thing that leaves my house from now until January 31st is going to have a sticker telling them to make sure they add it to their club. If I send them a scent circle, say very snowy spruce. I don't know. That's what I can smell right now, so that's why I keep saying that. Very snowy spruce. It's a scent circle. You can't always get very snowy spruce forever and always, but I let them know on that sticker that if you like this scent, you can get it in the wax bar forever and always by adding it to your club. So everything that leaves my house has that reminder. Everything that I do, I talk about the club because the club is where it's at. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This program is absolutely amazing. Make sure you are telling your customers about it, because if you don't, I will, or your friend will. We will tell them about the club and they will sign up with us. So make sure you guys are telling them all the things, because this is a really great way to get PRV that you do not have to work super hard for each and every month. And then you can eventually look at them for sponsoring. Anyways, I hope this helps and you have a good one.